you can take a little wine with your ailments of your stomach. That's what Paul told Timothy. And it's not a sin to drink wine. We know that. I'm not saying it's a sin. Here's what I'm saying. It's unwise. And in Proverbs 31, this mother is teaching her son, who's a leader. The Proverbs are written to boys. It's written to all of us, but particularly to boys. There's a lot of wisdom in the book of Proverbs for young men. If you're a young man or an older man like me, read Proverbs. There's so much wisdom in there. What a great thing to do in the month of January. Read the proverb of the day. Every single day, read a proverb. There's 31 of them. Read each day that there is. Read that proverb. Well, it says it's not for kings. It's not for kings to drink wine or for rulers to take strong drink. So there it is. Rulers. I said communities, churches, and homes. Ooh. And a lot of people are mad. But that's okay. Keep listening. I hope you'll listen. Verse 5 gives us the why, which is, I love the Bible. I love it. Verse 5, lest they drink. We're talking about alcoholic drink here. They drink and forget what has been decreed. And it's going to take it further and pervert the rights of all the afflicted. So they're going to, when you pervert something, you twist it. You take it and you twist it. They're perverting the rights of all the afflicted. They're going to take advantage of people who are in a lesser place, who are afflicted, who are poor. Now, that's not something you want to be known by as a Christian. Hey, there's a Christian, but boy, he takes advantage of these poor people over here. He sure has a great business, but he takes advantage of the afflicted. That's not what we want to be known for. And I think that's what alcohol contributes to doing. So it makes you forget the laws, what's been decreed, and then it causes you to want to twist the rights of people who are in a less fortunate place than you. Because you're drinking alcohol, they're not. Some of them do, but you are taking advantage of them and of their station in life because of your power that God has given you. He's gifted you a place of authority and power, and instead of using it for their good, you're going to use it and to pervert it for your own good. That's what the Bible's teaching you. That's the principle. I think it's very clear. And, people who want to drink and hang on to that, and fine, if you're not drinking to excess, you're not in sin. But I'll tell you, you better be careful to check your heart, to make sure, to guard your heart, that you don't do what this Bible is saying. You forget the laws, and then you take advantage of people who are afflicted. Because what it's doing is making provision for the flesh. When you drink, you're feeding your flesh, you're making provision for it, and you're actually putting yourself ahead of everyone else. And you can take advantage of the rights of what people rightly have as afflicted people even. It's taking advantage of the weak. That's what alcohol does. It makes people bold, right? That's what they talk about. Boldness. They drink and they get all brave and bold, and they want to do great things, and they want to take on people, and they want to fight, and they're bold. Well, the same principle is true of taking advantage of the weak. When you're bold, you want to be a bully. And so it's saying in Scripture here, this mother is warning her son about being a bully to the weak, to the afflicted. Because in verses 8 and 9, she says, open your mouth for the mute. Wow. Speak for those who are mute, who can't speak for themselves. To me, that's protecting those who are in the womb, right? Those who are not yet born. We need to be their voice. Open our mouths for the mute, for the rights of all who are destitute. People who have nothing. They still have rights. They're still made in the image of God. They're image bearers. They have value and worth and an identity. And so we need to be people who open our mouths for them. And then it says in verse 9, open your mouth, judge righteously, defend the rights of the poor and the needy. To help other people in need, to help the poor, to help the afflicted, to help people who are in need and are weak. The children, the unborn children, people who are desperate for your help, and they need you, and they need me. And you know what alcohol does? It diminishes our faculties to think. It diminishes our heart to love. It can create in us, not always, but it can create in us, even non-alcoholic drinking, non-excessive drinking. Drinking creates in us a heart where we are thinking about ourselves and we take advantage of people who are less fortunate, who are in a weakened state. You see that in homes, you see that in churches, and you see that in communities. And that's why I wanted to do a podcast on this topic. I just think it's vital that we understand that the Bible's true and that we have to be careful about our own hearts and not trick ourselves and think that some alcohol use is okay, some alcohol use is not okay. That's only true if you look at Scripture. To drink wine, it's not a sin. To drink wine excessively is a sin. That's Ephesians 5:18. So what I'm saying is, it's a wisdom issue. What I'm talking about, it doesn't have to do with sin. It has to do with wisdom. And then I think the bigger issue is reflecting the glory of God. I don't want to be someone who takes advantage of the weak. I want to be someone who helps the weak. That's why with the Addiction Connection, we really give a lot of things away.